Hello guys, my name is Kingsley from Mobile Studio, and this is our first ever YouTube tutorial video on retouching. And today I'll be showing you guys how to take out blemishes on your photo. This photo was shot by Chukudum Imagery. I'll put a link to the description of his Instagram handle. And as you can see, I already did my camera raw filter. Now there are several ways. I'm not going to click OK here. Open image. Now there are several ways to do this. Either you use healing brush or clone stamp or patch tool. I'll be showing you guys those methods, but then I'll be taking out those blemishes with the method I use for all my photos. Yeah. Now you can either do this, duplicate your layer, create an empty layer, choose your clone stamp tool, change it to current and below, and just sample and brush on that particular blemish on her face. But as you can see, this gave the image some whitey stuff. If you do not know how to use this method, you might either mess up the photo. Another method is healing brush. I'm just gonna select a spot healing brush tool. You just clicking on that particular blemish to take it out. Again, this one also has this way of spoiling the image, giving it some marks. Where you brush, it just gives it some marks. If I should zoom in closely, you might see it. You might just see that it doesn't only take away the pimples on her face, it also leaves some marks on her face. Now I do not use this method. Another method is with the patch tool. You just select the patch tool, then you just circle that particular blemish and pull it out. Of course, I'm seeing some marks in this area, but now I'll be showing you guys the method I use, which is frequency separation and clone stamp tool. To do that, just have a duplicate of your layer, two duplicates of your layer, 1, 2, and just call this skin tones or skin color, and I'll call this texture. What this method does, it separates the skin tone and the skin texture of the image. It puts the skin tone layer in one, the skin tones in the picture in one layer, and it puts the textures in another layer, and those blemishes happens to be in the texture layer. So to do that, we just have to create two duplicates that I've already created here. Turn off the first one, select the skin tone layer, then go to filter, blur, and Gaussian blur. Now the point of this videos is I want to blur this image to the point where I do not see any of the skin textures. So the more I increase, the more I lose those skin textures on her face. So I want to keep going. I want to stop at 14 for this picture because I won't be touching the skin tones. I'll only be working on the skin texture layer. So I'll leave it as 14, which is fine for me. Then enter, and then I'll turn on my texture layer, select it, and go to image, apply image here. Now if you're working with a 16-bit image, you have to set this. Your layer has to be your skin tone layer, and you're inverting, changing this to add, then change your scale, your offset to your scale to 2. Yeah, this is settings for 16-bit image, but now our image is an 8-bit image. So to do that, I'll turn off the invert checkbox. I'll set this to subtract, and I'll leave the settings the way it is. Scale to offset 128, opacity 100. Then I'll just press OK. Now go to my blending options and change this to linear light. And then I'll duplicate my layer. To do that, hold Ctrl Command J. Then create a clipping mask of these two texture layer. To do that, you can either hold the Alt key on your keyboard and click right at the center of these two layer, just like so. Then change this from linear light to normal. So that is it. I have my image back. As you can see, they are the same image. So I'll just come to my first layer, my texture layer. Now select my clone stamp tool, which is S for my clone stamp tool. S is a shortcut to it. Then now I would sample from a smooth part of the face and paint on that particular blemish on her face. So I'll sample from a smooth part and just oh sorry, you have to change this from current and below to current layer. If it is on current and below, we change it to current layer, and that is all. So sample and brush, sample, brush. Now with this method, I do not see those marks I was getting from using patch tool or spot healing brush tool. With this clone stamp tool, I still have with clone stamp tool and frequency separation, I still have my skin texture the way it is from camera. So I'm just going to keep using the alt to sample and brushing on that particular skin, on that particular blemish. So sample and brush, sample and brush, sample, brush, sample, brush. So I just have to keep doing that till I am satisfied with the whole thing. So that is basically it. Sample and brush, sample and brush, sample and brush. Now there are some things you don't take out from a picture when you're taking out blemishes. If your model has scars, you do not touch the scars except she asks you to take them out. So when you're working for a model and you see scars, you can either ask her, do you want the scars to be taken out or you want them to be as they are? So when she gives you a reply, then just work towards it. Whichever decision she makes, just work towards it. So that's just basically the proper way to take out blemish without spoiling your image or changing the way your image looks. So I'm just sampling and brushing, sampling and brushing, sampling and brushing. Now do not sample, always sample close to that particular blemish. Do not sample from here to take out a skin blemish from here. Do not sample from here to take out this. It wouldn't look good. So just always sample from close area. Just sample from here to clean here, sample from here to clean here. To sample, hold the alt and click on that smooth area, then just brush on that bad area of the skin. So sample and brush, sample and brush, sample and brush, sample and brush. Like I said, this model does not have any scar, so I would not be taking out anything as such. So just sampling and brushing. So that is basically it, guys. I would stop the video here, and in our next video I'll be showing you guys how I edited this picture using macro dodge and burn and frequency separation proper. So this is just frequency separation for blemishes. This is for blemishes. The other one will be for evening the skin tones and blending the skin tones properly. This is just for blemishes, and I'll also be showing you guys macro dodge and burn, the proper way to do macro dodge and burn. So thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in our next video. And do not forget to subscribe and smash that like button.